I decided for my 99th Platinum Trophy to complete High on Life, the free game of the month for February. At the time of this upload, it has been almost an entire month since I beat this game, so why is it taking me so long to make this video? Well, unfortunately, I broke the first rule of trophy hunting, which is not paying attention to the guides. It couldn't be that big of a mistake, right? There's only one way to find out. High on Life is the newest entry in the Doom franchise. Just kidding, but this beginning level was sick. After getting interrupted playing the objectively better game, we quickly find out why this game is called High on Life. For my character, I chose Teenage Human Shrek, which doesn't really matter at all because you never get to see your character in game. After reading a letter about how our parents hate us, we head outside to find the Earth being raided by aliens. It's okay though, Mr. Pilfrey will take care of this. Never mind, he got eaten. After an intense standoff between the aliens, we meet the main weapon of this game, Kenny. I couldn't understand a single word he was saying, but after he spit on me, I seem to have gained the knowledge of alien translations.
Listen, can you pull the inhibitor chip out of me? It's the metal thing stuck in me, just pull it out!
Together, we saved the neighborhood from the aliens and used our microwave to warp to another planet. Kenny gives us the task of finding a famous bounty hunter named Gene, and after searching around the city and asking the locals, we find him homeless and legless on a public bench. You may not like it, but this is peak male physique. Gene gifts us his bounty hunting suit infected with malware in exchange for living in our house. Sounds like a fair trade to me. Just don't ask me how he got here because I really don't have the answer. Our next mission is to get back Gene's knife and kill Ninetorg in the slums. We couldn't enter the slums without first deciding which one of these blobs was cuter. After intense debate, I decided it was the red one. The slums are filled with many interesting people. There's this homeless guy, this homeless gal, and this homeless guy who should probably go see a doctor. There's also this very annoying child blocking our way who won't let us pass. Am I a bad person for my first instinct being to shoot him in the head? Probably, but I needed this trophy, so sorry kiddo. I talked to Jeremy Wade about where to find the knife, and on my way to acquire it, I also got this trophy for juggling an enemy 5 times. We have now reached the dealers selling the knife. Do we A, buy the knife, B, steal the knife, or C, steal the knife and murder them? If you answered C, congratulations.
Bring me to Jane so I can fucking decapitate him!
Wait, what?
After killing those idiots and Spider-Manning my way through the city, we have reached the final resting place of Ninetorg. After dodging her lasers and shooting her in the face a few times, we harvested her organs to sell on the black market. Oh, and we killed 5Torg, I mean, why not? She was just hanging there. We returned the Gene to tell him of the good news, but he was genuinely surprised to find out we were still alive, so we had to teach him to never doubt us again.
Fuck! You have to do everything the fucking UI tells you to do!
Yeah! Fuck you, Jane, you piece of shit!
Our next bounty was to take down Krubis, who has been harvesting and selling these Fergals for drugs. I'm really not sure who looked at these things and said, yeah, I think I can get high on these. During our journey through the forest, we learned about the Moplets, who were being enslaved by the G3, but thanks to us, they are now eternally free. Next, we found our way to this guy who I think has a severe addiction to Fergals. No, seriously, they are all over his house and he even has a carpet made of them. He does have the warp remote we need to get to Krubis, so I think we will let him and his Fergal addiction live on. With the warp disc, we warped in a path to make our way back to the Moplets, but unfortunately this means these guys are forever stuck in a traffic jam. The Moplets tell me all I need to do is to get Krubis' warp data, and on my way I got this trophy for taking out 50 of the Grunt's eyeballs. I made my way to the Moplets' office, explained to them I was the boss around here, but they still insisted I do their paperwork. Oh wow, thanks guys, very professional. After grabbing the warp data we need from the face of unemployment, we make our way back to the addict's house and watch him die of Fergal withdrawal. Sorry man, but we got what we need, so see you later. Next we warp in Krubis and oh, I see he's an active user of his own product. Anyways, we shot him in the head a few times, knifed him in the face, and saved another talking gun, Gus. Gus is a shotgun who can also shoot giant blades, so that's pretty cool. Our next bounty was to take down Douglas, the chief of the G3 training. There seems to be a big problem, however, because the Mac and Cheese Brothers construction crew will not let me through until they were done building this bridge. They were taking too long, so I just decided to murder them all. wasn't personal, buddy. Okay, maybe it was a little. After crossing the bridge, we met this guy who pissed his pants, and thanks to him, he told us where we can find Douglas. According to this guy, Douglas is in Dregtown, which is straight through Old Town. We took a quick stop at the saloon in Old Town for a drink and met quite possibly the greatest musician of all time, Fat Finger Flutie. Someone please get this guy a Grammy. I made it to Dregtown and was instantly greeted with the greatest interaction of all time.
Anyway, yeah, I'm excited to join the G3, but I'm gonna miss my wife and 6 kids.
Oh yeah, I had mine killed before I left so I wouldn't feel bad.
Wow, that's so smart. I'll do that too. I'm gonna kill my wife and kids so I don't miss them.
After making our way through Dregtown, we meet the goop guy who says if we want to sneak into the G3, we need to get gooped. Simple enough, we just stand in this cage and... Oh. Did we just get shit on? After being properly gooped, we sat through G3 orientation and instantly murdered all the other recruits. We then met this octopus named Dr. Joopy, who says we need to help him save his whole family from Douglas. Surely he's telling the truth and he's not actually Douglas. Well, he was Douglas. Too bad he got murked. Rest in peace, Dr. Joopy. We also saved another talking gun Sweezy, but besides her time bubble, she's pretty useless. Next, Gene introduces us to Clug Nugman, the Blim City Mayor. He gives me a device that teleports any humans I rescue to a safe house until the G3 are all killed. Surely Clug has only the best of intentions with the humans. Gene then made us get a jetpack at the pawn shop, but the guy that looks like the average Discord mod said he wouldn't have it in stock for a few days. He had no problem taking my money though. Next up, we meet Stan. Everyone say hi, Stan. Let's find out what Stan is selling.
And I sell vials of alien cum. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear when you walked over here.
He's selling what? Huh? Do we look like we want to buy any of that? I bought his entire stock. After heading back home to sleep for 3 days straight, we magically wake up with the jetpack, which makes traveling way easier. Oh, we also got a parking ticket on the house. Too bad I'm not paying it. See you in court, buddy. Back to the forest, we learn of the Moplets all being enslaved, this time by the Skrendel Bros. According to this guy, he thinks they just like being enslaved. After making our way through the land of the mushrooms and breaking into a G3 laboratory, we have saved another weapon, Creature. Creature loves his children, but they have a lifespan of about 5 seconds, so he's not exactly Father of the Year. We then found one of the Skrendel Bros, Angela, but they somehow escaped even though they jumped into a meat grinder. Shortly after, we find Mona Skrendel, and after murdering them, surprise, there are now all 3 Skrendels. This boss fight wouldn't have been so bad if these tornadoes didn't just magically hit me when I clearly dodged them. After dying from these tornadoes a few times, I eventually did kill these bozos. Oh look, it's Garmantuous. I wonder what he has to say.
Subscribe to the channel.
Back home, we are introduced to Tweeg, our in-game sister's boyfriend. Hey buddy, who said you can eat all our cereal? Just for that, Tweeg, get out of my house. We then had to do some detective work to find out the whereabouts of Dr. Giblets. Are you Dr. Giblets? Are you Dr. Giblets? Are you Dr. Giblets? Are you Dr. Giblets? Okay, none of these guys are Dr. Giblets, but he does tell me to check out the High on Life store for midnight release. Man, the things I would do to experience a midnight release again. Sorry guys, but I don't have time to wait in line. After talking to the 2 employees who swear they've never seen Dr. Giblets, we get interrupted by 2 Simpson characters who warn us not to continue our investigation. Buddy, if I could shoot your Ned Flanders looking ass right now, I would. Leaving the store, there was a stampede of people trying to get the new hyper bongs, and they even trampled this guy to death. Oh look, free boots. Back at the house, we find out that Ned Flanders and his boy are actually Clug's sons and they want us to kill Dr. Giblets. Their dad even accidentally, key word, accidentally, left his map data on his desk. On my way to find Giblets back on Zephyr, I've discovered that the highway people have found peace with their new lives. They have embraced the life of the highway. After making our way through this level for a 3rd time and doing some investigating inside of his testing labs, we finally find the bastard. And he's dead. We do fall into this arena he has set up for us that features pre-recorded holograms of himself trying to figure out who killed him, but after like 10 minutes of fighting, he does come to the conclusion that it was probably himself that killed him. Good call, Giblets. We also find in his laboratory another gun named Let's Do It, but this one seems messed up currently. However, Gene does promise to fix him up. He also tells us the heartbreaking news that our sister is missing and we should check out where Tweeg works at the Space Applebee's in the slums. Tweeg didn't show up for his shift because he's a bum, but I did get to go on a nice dinner date with Kenny. Kenny had a nice long convo with me, and to sum it all up, he explains to me that he's the reason his home planet got invaded by the G3, and that Let's Do It is now a vegetable. Great going, Kenny. Oh look, Tweeg is kidnapping our sister to sell her to the G3. Oh well, you can have her, man. After fighting our way back home, the G3 won't stop blasting our house, so we had to make an emergency warp to another planet. Kenny takes us to his home planet, Giblets, and if you ask me, this place looks like paradise. Oh look, Walter White threw a pizza on our roof. Gene then informs us that he found out where Lizzie is, and after warping to save her, we find Tweeg dead on the floor of his bus. That's for eating all our cereal, bozo. The next bounty we had to take on was second in command Nipulon, and he was back on Port Tureen on the other side of Old Town. We needed to trick the guards to let us get past the gates, so it was time to visit our favorite guy, the Goop salesman. Unfortunately, the Gooper Trooper is feeling a little sick today, so we needed to find him some medicine. I was once again blocked by the Mac and Cheese brothers. This time they're on strike until we get Papa Mac and Cheese back at the saloon to confess his love for them. Before heading over, I did kill one of them because why not? This guy says he will tell us where Papa is if we duel this guy. Little does he know, I'm the best gunslinger in the universe. After murdering an innocent ant, we found out that the yellow guy is in fact Papa Mac and Cheese, and when I ask him if he loves his children, this is his response.
Tell him I said I hate him, and I hope they all fucking die.
Back to the bros, I gave them the great news, and after they built the bridge, I thanked them with bullets. We acquired the medicine and returned back to the Goop guy to get properly shit on. Stealthing has never been so easy. Don't mind this guy, he's just pissing in the lobby plants. After being escorted by this tiny baby and witnessing unspeakable crimes against humanity, it was time to blow my cover and murder everyone in this place. I ascended the building and reached Nipulon's office. I was about to take him down, but he hits us with some gas and makes us hallucinate pretty bad. Oh hey look, it's the alien salesman. We do get back to fighting Nipulon, and he gives us this awesome trophy thinking I was gonna get humiliated by my friends. First off, buddy, I have no friends. Second off, I won all the trophies. I don't care what they're called. Just for that, man, you're getting stabbed in the face.
You are dead!
Back at home, Gene finally fixed up Let's Do It. Let's see what he has to say.
Let's do it!
Let's do it. Talk to me.
Let's do it!
So what, all he can say is his name?
Okay, maybe he's still a little messed up, but I am praying Let's Do It can pull through for us. I bought all these warp discs from Alien Gordon Ramsay and used one of them to spawn in a skate park and become Tony Hawk. Then I spawned in a movie theater, and the trophy name is not wrong. There is an entire movie in this game, and these three aliens talk through the entire thing. It was finally time to take down Garmantuous, and with Let's Do It in our hands, we headed back to Earth to make the G3 suffer. With the electrical power of Let's Do It, Garmantuous stood no chance against me. After zapping him to death, we shoved a bomb inside him. But wait, there's more. He gets back up and, hey, is that Minecraft Steve? It doesn't matter that he is still alive because Let's Do It is the GOAT and finally kills him for good this time. And to make sure he can never get back up, Kenny sacrifices his own life to blow Garmantuous to pieces. I will never forget about you, Kenny. Just kidding, Kenny is invincible. Oh, and we also got a trophy for beating the game holding Stan's product. Next, it was time to go back and clean up a bunch of the trophies I had missed. I made my way to Clug's Human Haven and discovered that Clug is not really the nice guy in this situation. Clug has been harvesting humans for Dr. Gurgula so they can test on them themselves. Well, rip Clug, no one will miss you. For some reason, Gurgula doesn't kill us too and just warps away. It must be just all that Let's Do It plot armor. Next, I had to explore all the warp bases I bought earlier. This one I was Godzilla and murdered everyone in this town. I then solved the trolley problem. I decided that the right answer was to let the 5 aliens die. Then I solved a very questionable puzzle involving 2 friends. I'm not going to get into the details, but let's just say this guy's sitting on a toilet and this guy has his head inside a pipe. Do the math. The final warp base was this nice family of Lugloxes just enjoying TV inside of their home. Unfortunately, I'm probably the last person they wanted to see walk through the door, because they were the last Lugloxes I needed to find all 227 in the game. The next trophy was very easy. I just had to make my way to the pawn shop and buy the last trading card I needed. But this next trophy, however, might be the most annoying trophy of all time. I had to watch an 8-minute TV show of this robot counting down from 85. That doesn't sound too bad until you realize getting this thing on the TV is random. It can take you 1 try, or it can take you 200 tries. Unfortunately for me, it took me over 200 tries to get this stupid show on the TV. You thought that was bad? How about trying to complete all the in-game challenges? This one you have to kill 480 mites. I think I've seen like 40 in the entire game. Kill 30 hunks and 60 Jasons? I swear, there were only like 5 hunks that spawned in the entire game. There were a lot of other annoying challenges I had to complete, but these 2 were definitely the worst offenders because it consisted of reloading checkpoints and farming enemies until the end of time. If you platinum this game and watch me get this far, you've probably realized by now I've made a big mistake in this video. If you've never played this game or don't know what I'm talking about, then buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is truly frightening. This game features missable trophies and I missed 4 of them. To make matters worse, one of them is at the very end of the game, which means I have to play the entire game from start to finish again. I only recorded the important parts of my second playthrough because I didn't want to clog up my hard drive with useless data, so we were going to speedrun present the rest of these trophies. I bossed around the office moplets with Sweezy, I bought a drum, I gave it to this kid, I watched him become an overnight sensation, I paid my tab at Space Applebee's, watched Globo become a world famous drummer, they grow up so fast. And finally, when detonating the bomb inside Garmantuous, we sacrificed my goat. Let's do it. We did it! This game is going in D tier for platinum trophies. It might have gotten C tier if I wasn't a bozo and got the missable trophies the first time around, but the main thing holding this game back is how you need to farm kills for the challenges. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.